I've called Grant Robertson.
Thank you very much, Mr Chair. It's a pleasure to take a call in this title debate. It is my first call on this bill, and I really, as the MP for Wellington Central, want to make clear how pleased I am that the Hobbit will be made here in Wellington. A number of my constituents are going to be working within the Hobbit production and indeed already have been, and I think it's excellent that it is. We're all strong supporters of the Hobbit being made in New Zealand on this side of the House, Mr Chair. But, Mr Chair, I want to refer to what could be a potential title for this bill, and that would be the Employment Relations Jerry Goes Off the Boil Bill. Because, quite frankly, Mr Chair, that's really what we're debating here tonight. The way in which the government's incompetent management of its relationship with Warner Brothers and with the film industry in America has led us to a crisis situation. Now, Jerry Brownlee might not have too many national MPs based in Wellington that he can talk to, because they're not that thick on the ground in Wellington. Well, some of them are thick, but they're not that thick on the ground, that's right, in Wellington. Because if they had been talking to Jerry Brownlee over the last 2 years, they would have been able to reflect what everyone in Wellington knew, that there were issues around the Hobbit. There were issues in Warner Brothers about the financing. They were worried about what was happening with MGM. Everyone in Wellington knew about this over the last 2 years. And what did Jerry Brownlee do? He sat there. He didn't go over to talk to them. He thought he could rely on the reputation that Labor had built up with Warner Brothers over 9 years. And he sat there and let this fester. And so we come to this House today with a legal fiction of a bill. We come to this House today with a crisis manufactured, opportunistically taken up by Warner Brothers, because Jerry Brownlee wasn't actually doing his job as the Minister for Economic Development, which is why, Mr Brownlee, the title of this bill could well be the Employment Relations Jerry Goes Off the Boil Bill, because that's why we're here tonight, Mr Brownlee. We're here because as Minister of Economic Development, you did not do your job properly. Because you, Mr Brownlee, I'm talking to Mr Brownlee, and I'm saying Mr Brownlee did not do his job properly.